Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I made this homemade Christmas cracker, which is ready for you to pull with somebody at Christmas time, just after your Christmas dinner. So to start off making our Christmas cracker, I'm going to quickly show you everything that we're going to need. So the first and the most important thing we need, 2 toilet roll tubes. We're also going to need some nice Christmassy wallpaper or wrapping paper, sorry. We are going to need some sellotape, some scissors, one of these, which is, if you can see that, which is one of the things that makes the crackers go bang, and some stuff to put in the crackers. I've got some sweets, a little football, and of course every cracker needs some jokes, so I'll be picking one of those out later. And last but not least, a little bit of ribbon. That's what we're going to need. So we will start off by measuring out a little bit of wrapping paper. So put 2 of these side by side. I'll cut up. You want it long enough so that the tooth out, but you can have a wee bit extra either side, just to make it a bit easier for you. And you can go a wee bit longer because we can trim it down later as well. Oops. Right, we've got our wallpaper now, so we can put the rest of it away. And we can take, I'll put this to the side now as well, actually. Take the toilet roll tubes. What we're going to do is one of them is going to stay exactly the way it is. So I'll put one to the side. The other one, what you want to do is you want to cut right around the middle there. Right, so it's in 2 kind of halves. So it's maybe easiest to squeeze it. You just go right up the middle of your toilet roll tube. So there we go. So now you should have 2 halves to that, and then 1 big one, like that. Before we start with paper, we're going to attach our snapper. Now the best thing to use for this is glue. I couldn't find any of that, so we're going to stick with sellotape now. But if you're doing this, glue is the best thing, and you want it so that the big tube is in the middle like this, right? With the 2 halves either side and the big tube in the middle, and you want it to be about the same distance between the middle tube and the outside ones. Makes it easier later on. So is that right? The same distance, do we think? What do we think? Yeah, that looks about fine. So we'll take our sellotape, but as I say, glue will make it stick better. Take one side and we'll sellotape it just so the stick is almost basically to the top. Not so it's poking out. We don't want it to be poking out the top, but you want it to be nice and secure in there. So stick that in. Oh, it's a wee bit squinty. And make sure that's nice and stuck. And we'll put it back through. Oops, missed. Put it back through. And we'll do exactly the same on the other side, but you need to make sure you put it through first. Now we can reposition our middle one. Now that I've sorted out our 2 end ones. Is that about in the middle? Yeah, I think so. So next we need bring back this wrapping paper that we had earlier. Put that right on the edge. No, it's maybe better if I do it this way, actually, I think. Good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do it this way. Move it in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it right at the edge. We're going to take this, the edge of the paper that's closest to me, and I'm going to stick it to the toilet roll tube. Probably stick it to all three parts of it. So, in the middle, I think we are. Let's take the edge, start rolling, and get that sellotape down. Okay, there we go. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to roll the middle. We want to roll it. So we want to keep it as straight as possible. You know, you could use all the paper if you want. I think that's maybe enough. So we can now start trim the paper down. So let's cut it. And then what we'll do is we'll unroll it and we'll make sure we've got it rolled nice and flat, nice and straight. No, we don't want it to be baggy. That's not good. Oops. Right. Once you've done that, get our sellotape again. And we'll stick it down. There we go. And we'll stick it down at the end as well. I think we're better. This side. Don't need to do this bit up the top, but it's maybe better if you do. It makes it a bit easier the next step. But you can look at the ends and you can trim the ends a wee bit if you think it should just look a big tube now, but you can trim the ends a wee bit if you think it's too long. Otherwise, you can just tuck them in, which is just as good. I mean, you might want a wee bit of sellotape in there, keep it flat, but you don't really need it. Now, right. And tuck. And that's us. So we should have this tube now. So what you do now, you take it and you should have it, be able to squeeze it in like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to squeeze it and turn it just at the one side now, and you look and say, oh, there's not much of a gap in there. You should be able to maybe a wee bit of a gap, but not too much. That's together. And this is where we're going to need our ribbon. So I've got gold and I've got silver, so what I'll do, take gold for this side, maybe just silver on the other side. Take the length of your ribbon, cut that, and just squeeze it in like that. Round the side, and just tie it. Get it quite tight so that you still get that wee gap, but nothing so that what you put in is going to fall out. You don't want it to fall out. And over again. So you know, I think I might do gold on the other side because that was quick. So I'll just cut it off a bit. But before you do the other side, we're going to have to put the stuff in. So here's my sweets. Fire them in. Make sure they're in the middle bit. And where did I put the ball? Here's the ball. Will that fit in? Yeah, it should do it. No, it doesn't. This person's only getting sweets and a joke. So let's pick a good one. Let's read. How do you make an octopus laugh? Tentacles. I think that's a winner. I think that's what we'll go with, right? So I'll take this from my sheet. I'll just cut this out. Managed to find these on the internet, so you can either do that or you can come up with your own joke or a wee poem or a riddle or quiz question, whatever you can come up with. And I will stick it in the calendar as well, just wrap it up. And then again, make sure it's you below the top tube and into the middle bit. There we go. Right. Same again on this side. You turn. Make sure it's, yeah, there's not much of a gap there, that's fine. And take your ribbon and you tie it up. So let's go. And you just trim it off either side. Take the off away. And there you have it. One Christmas cracker ready for pulling. So we've got a cracker, which means there's only one thing left to do, and that's pull it.